Guys, we are in an extremely dangerous pattern. I'm just gonna say for next week, it is gonna turn extremely volatile. I don't have any words. It's really gonna be impressive. Very, very stormy. And talk about severe weather. One of the models here, the European, believe it or not, we saw a reading of 7,000 to 9,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE. That is insane what we are seeing on these models right now. I am very concerned about next week. And I know this isn't your typical video because I usually make videos once there's something concerning. And oh boy, am I going to think next week is going to be a crazy week for the whole entire central and eastern U.S. Even for New Jersey, we could be seeing some big-time volatile storms. Hello, guys. Welcome back. And we're going to get right into it. No questions. All right? So, for this week, you're going to be seeing popcorn-type storms. The jet stream is going to be relatively flat. There's no big, bowling ball trough to discuss. That is good. However, you just see the amount of widespread thunderstorms due to daytime heating that's going to explode. That's why we have marginal and slight risks every day in this corridor in the southeast. I'm telling you, it is going to get nasty. We have, a lot of storms to deal with this week. A lot. And you can just see the daytime nature of this. Very widespread. Very widespread. Now, once we get into Friday, we have a bit of a low pressure now. Now, this is concerning me, okay? Let me tell you why, okay? So, typically, in May, when you get a low pressure setup, this is going to cause a dragging cold front to the south. What happens is you're going to get severe weather under that cold front. When there's a low pressure, this means trouble. You can just see what I mean. By Friday afternoon, we have likely severe thunderstorms, tornadic thunderstorms that are going to be happening in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. This is going to be our one round of storms, okay? This is just one round that we're going to be dealing with over the next couple days. And I'm telling you, this is going to become really bad. I don't have anything else to say. This is just the beginning of an onslaught of severe weather that we're going to be dealing with over the next couple days, guys. Wow. I'm just in shock right now. But let's move this forward. Dangerous squall line. From Texas all the way up to the Ohio River Valley. Severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, hail, damaging winds, all not out of the question. Now, Saturday, this all moves into the mid-Atlantic. And I know you want to say, oh, there's rain. There's rain. It's just a rainstorm. Well, you got that right. There is a rainstorm. But, however, what we're seeing is a gigantic rainstorm that is actually our warm front. That is in the cold front. Because you notice how it's in the morning. Now, we get into the afternoon. You see these thunderstorms bubbling up in the northeast? Let me just zoom it in for you. This is going to be your view next Saturday. This Saturday. But this is going to be your view for Saturday. And why I think we're going to be dealing with severe thunderstorm threat, you can just tell there is going to be a powerful warm front coming through. And you can just see all those red isobars just surging into the east. And once we get into the time, look at these severe thunderstorms blowing up. And now this looks similar to the April 1st, 2023 setup, where you have a really big warm front coming in with 70s and 80s. Yes, we're forecasting that. 80 degrees. Dew points could be well up into the 60s. When I see this, This is telling me we could have big time thunderstorms on Saturday afternoon. And this is right towards 5 to 6 p.m. So we're not even dealing with nighttime thunderstorms. This is in the day. And when it's in the day, this is concerning me. This is concerning me a lot because we could be dealing with all hazards possible. This thing moves off, big time storms. And then the cold air maybe starts to come back, but not for long, because let me tell you, this is not the end. And there's gonna be more systems behind this. It's ridiculous. Another low pressure up in the northern Dakotas, and there is a big time signal of a major severe weather outbreak next week. And why I'm gonna say that, look what happens by the time we get into Monday, into Tuesday, into Wednesday, into Thursday. We have another round of severe weather likely for the Mid-Atlantic, the Ohio River Valley, in Texas. Look at all these storms. But that isn't the main, that isn't the main thing that we're watching. The main thing we're watching is after that storm. And I'm going to tell you, it is going to be extremely, extremely dangerous. And this model doesn't show it. But I will go back to the 6Z gladly. No. I'll go back to the 0Z. This will show you more in detail what's going to happen. Okay, so let's go over here. Look what is happening on the Wednesday evening of the 30th. Look at all these storms from Texas to Oklahoma to Nebraska to Missouri to Illinois to Michigan to Canada. And look at all these powerful thunderstorms that are just going to be training over the same areas. Look at this. And then we get into a little bit further out into the future. And I'm going to tell you, all of this is going to move to the east. And then look at this powerful cold front once again. I am telling you, we are going to be dealing with some extremely dangerous weather going into next week. And why might you be saying this is a very dangerous situation? Well, let me back up here a little bit and let's go take a look at the Cape values. We're in the Cape values, right? We're going to pull it up here and you are going to see some crazy stuff, okay? Not only that you have so much Cape in the atmosphere this week, we're going to skip all the way until, look, there's so much red in Texas. It's really insane. But what you're about to see is going to blow your mind off your head. So, we're going to get into the 27th, near 4,000 joules per kilogram in Texas. That's not the crazy part. That is not the crazy part. Let's get into Monday here. 5,000 joules per kilogram all across this boundary here. And let me get even more insane. Near Oklahoma City, there is likely over 6,000 joules per kilogram in Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri. Oh my God. Well, and this isn't the worst part, because this is going to keep moving on east, and you have all of this 3,000 to 5,000 joules per kilogram slamming into Missouri, Illinois, and Iowa. And this keeps on marching east, and eventually all this Cape starts to go into our area. So now our area will be dealing with some sort of 1,000 joules plus. I am telling you right now, this is going to be an insanely active severe weather threat that is going to be insane. I mean, just look at all that Cape into the Mid-Atlantic. 1,000 plus joules. Incredible. And just think, it stopped. All of this is just going up north. By the 3rd, by the 4th, and this is just going to keep on pummeling Texas and Tornado Alley. I'm telling you right now, next week is going to be extremely, extremely dangerous. Even more Cape here. Look at this. An onslaught of storms all across the country. I am telling you right now, it is going to be an insane time period. So, my God. Yeah, you can just get an idea how bad this could be. And if you want to take a look at the temperatures, this will tell you a lot. Maybe not necessarily temperatures, but you can just see everyone is above 70 for the whole entire week next week. Oh boy. Okay. Now, more importantly, let's take a look at the dew points. All right. And this will be, okay, so this is your system for Saturday. We have dew points into the upper 60s in New Jersey. Severe thunderstorms are ringing off in my head right now for Saturday, and I think the SPC will start issuing risks for Saturday. I think there's going to be a 15% dead center in New Jersey for the I-95 corridor. I'm ringing the alarms right now. There is going to be dangerous thunderstorms on Saturday. Dangerous storms. But that's not it. This goes through, okay? But it doesn't last long before this extremely moist air. I mean, you go into the Ohio River Valley, we're talking about 70-degree dew points that is making a return. All of this is shifting eastward, and by the time we get into next week, upper 60 dew points again for the I-95 corridor once again. And that's not it. All of this stays for the whole entire week of May. And this isn't it. There's more severe weather. So I am telling you right now, we're going to be seeing some incredible severe weather out of this. Wow. I mean, all the way up to 70 in New Jersey. Wow. Yeah, I can tell you right now, these dew points are going to be oppressive. And this is going to spell a really bad feeling about this severe weather coming up. I mean, man, 70-degree dew points all the way up until, let's say, Iowa, Michigan. I'm telling you, this is not looking good. And I'm warning you, this is going to be prolific. Prolific. Really, it is. You're not only talking about Gulf moisture here. You're talking about the whole entire central U.S. and the eastern U.S. getting on these 60-plus dew points. I'm telling you right now, we are in danger for Saturday and beyond. Because this severe weather, as I'm seeing it right now, this is not ending anytime soon. And I think we have a legitimate threat of some big-time severe thunderstorms here in New Jersey. And honestly, I do not see an end for this in May. I think this will keep on persisting because even after the 6th, you get another boundary. And this is, at this point, 80-degree dew points down into Memphis. You are kidding me. 80-degree dew points in Memphis, the 6th. So, this is going to tell you a lot that this severe weather ain't ending anytime soon. I mean, this is monstrous. 80-degree dew points, guys. I'm telling you, next week and into May and into even June, we're going to be dealing with this pattern for so long. I don't see a break. So, wow. Anyways, I know a lot can change still, but we are getting more confident that a prolific severe weather period for weeks or maybe even a month is going to happen in the U.S. And oh boy, is it going to be a rough few weeks. And we're going to get a lot of storms for the whole entire East Coast, for the whole entire central U.S., for the whole entire 2/3 of the country. Anyways, guys, I think that will wrap it up for today. It's brief and it's a little bit longer, but again, we have to watch out for severe thunderstorms next week into May. I mean, this is looking quite bad, and I just needed to update about this because I started seeing over 6,000 joules per kilogram and value over Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri. Wow, I'm shocked. So, I mean, you just need 1,000 joules per kilogram for a thunderstorm to produce a violent tornado. 6,000 joules per kilogram. That is times 6 the amount you need. And 70 plus degree dew points. I'm going to tell you, I think we have a legitimate chance of seeing a high risk next week into May. I think we're definitely at least going to be looking at a moderate risk. At least a moderate risk. There is no way we don't. And I think we have a run to see a high risk. But this time, this could be really, really bad. Now, we're not talking the high risk how it fails. Well, sometimes it does. But in this setup, I'm really concerned. And this could go really bad. So, that'll be my spiel for today. And this is going to be the end. But again, don't worry because we got you covered. Over the next couple days, we'll be updating. And we just got to see what happens. And if the euro calms down or if it keeps going aggressive, if the European goes aggressive, you can tell a lot of things could go wrong. And what we're seeing out of it is incredible. So that will wrap it up for this video. I'll see you guys in the next couple days, maybe like 2 days from now, 3 days, and we'll see what happens, all right? Don't worry, we got you covered, but my God, we are entering an extremely dangerous period of weather. See you.